Sports TV, a station to be watched, a station to enjoy, a station named football and more football out Jamaica.
Big up. Yeah, man, want to big up Unseen Sports TV now. Keep watching them, keep supporting them.
Welcome back to Cavaliers Football Channel. My name is Coach Javon Parchment, also from Unseen Sports TV as well. Big up on yourself, people. One Pleasant FA and Cavaliers FC clinch victories in high-stake JPL semifinal showdown. I'm telling the people a big match last night, Sabina Park, You understand me? Fans were elated. Fans were actually get caught in something that is not good. I just think it's a cultural change, just like what Mr. Hill said on an interview on TVJ, that the fans, they just need a cultural change. And I think the powers that be as well should, go in with proper protocol in terms of not selling bottles, drinking bottles. All right, you should get cups. You pour it in a cup. You can't sell the bottles in the stadium, because at Sabina Park it's very intimate. You are so close to the pitch that you actually experiencing everything close up, right? So you don't want to give the fans anything to get close and try to hurt anybody. You understand me? Especially the Arnett fans, they were enthused. They love their team. And when you see a referee, the referee give a call like that in the early part, whether it's right or wrong, fans will always behave like fans. In my opinion, it's a penalty. And I believe it was a penalty as well. I think the one that I would say, big up yourself, Nathaniel, by if you cup this, bro. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, my boss. I think it was a penalty. I think the last one as well. It's kind of quite a bit I would say, harsh, but you can't make those type of contact in the box. You understand me? And I like what the referees are doing. You understand me? They're blowing for these calls, because when they go overseas, they're going and the big competition, you're not going to get away with these fouls in the box. You're not going to get away. Cavaliers experienced it in the CONCACAF Club Championship when they went and play MC Cincinnati. Once you do those tackles, only Jamaica alone them get away with certain things. I'm like telling the people, Jamaica alone people get away with certain tackles and all that thing. So I like the fact that the referee, they're stepping up, especially in the quarterfinal. They're doing the right thing. I think at this level they want to show that they are number one, because a lot of them getting opportunities to go overseas to ref at big tournaments. So they want to get it right at this, because in the previous games, I tell the people, in previous games, referee them atrocious, not good. All them want to say I go overseas, go ref in a big competition and so. Them first round games, be a mistake and be issues. Now in the playoff, this is when I'm seeing them stepping up and doing the right thing, making the right calls. Yes. I also think that we need the VAR system in Jamaica as well. I think PFJL need to start to work on that, because it will help in our growth and development of football. Certain things you're not going to get away with when you go overseas and play in the club competitions. You will get away with it in Jamaica. But yeah. So let us go straight into the first game. So the first game, people, are going to the first game. First game, no Jamal. Yeah. So I want to call a special person to come onto the platform. Let me see if we can get him. You understand me? I say, people, I'll call somebody special so we can come on. Let's see if we can call Paul Max first, and see if he can dice up the thing. Paul Christie. Sir Paul Christie.
How are you doing?
I'm here, man. I'm here. Live on Cavaliers FC channel.
Okay.
All right. Yes. So you see the title, and it says Mount Pleasant FA, clinch victory in Ice Stick JPL semifinal showdown. You said it before on the channel that you're going for the victory and you want to meet your first objective, which is qualify for the finals, and then take the finals, and then off to the Caribbean Club Championships. Yes, and you achieved that. What's the feeling like so far? Repeat.
We, we, we are happy to in progress. We are happy we would have achieved that ultimate. We are still aspiring to get to the level that we had set out for from day one at pre-season. So if we are still on target, we feel good to know that we have achieved some of our objectives. However, we are still a lot of work to be done, and we are still focused on getting the job done.
Yes, you have the big mighty Cavaliers, to play in the final. It's going to be a cracking
I
game.
don't know about big mighty Cavalier. I know that the Cavaliers want to be respected, but not want to fear.
But if you go back and look at head-to-head matches, Cavaliers have the upper hand.
Say again, you broke for a minute.
I'm saying if you go back and look at head-to-head games, you might put Cavaliers a little above based on fans, maybe not you, but as an analyst, you may put them ahead in terms of win ratio.
Things have been at Mount Pleasant. Cavalier does not have a Cavalier does not have a superior win ratio over since I've been at Mount Pleasant. And I can say this. Last year, we would have won one, would have drawn the other. This year we have split the five. So I don't know about any win, the superior win ratio.
You're going a little bit low.
I'm saying, since I've been at Mount Pleasant, I don't know about any win ratio, superior win ratio at Mount Pleasant.
No, man. Overall.
We have drawn one, and we have won one last year.
Right.
And this year, we have split it right down the middle. They beat us 2-1 at Savannah Park. They came to us. Jackson, we beat them 2-0. So we have split the 3 points along the way. As I have said to you, they want to be respected but never to be feared.
No, but you have a point, because you're talking when you went there. I am talking overall.
I don't have control over the things that I'm not a part of.
Right. So I'm just stating the facts that is there that even before you have to put it in context as well. Like, all those games before you are there. Because it's history. And history speaks for itself.
Tell you what, Mr. Anthony.
Yes.
At the end of the day, none of that matters. We have been trained for this moment, and we knew that Cavalier, based on the running, we knew that Cavalier was a likely opponent, and we have been preparing. So at this point, we are in the point of rectangle. No excuses, and we are prepared to go there and do what it takes to get it across the line.
First leg, Waterhouse 1-1. Team came into the second leg. Wonderful play by the winger Devontae Campbell, and also Daniel Green. Really, Daniel Green, I think, is one of the best attacking players in the league, in my opinion. He can play as a number 9, hold up the ball well. Quality up top with Daniel Green and Devontae Campbell and Bailey.
Well, that's how the last year, if you realize the team was too dependent on one personality. Now we have adjusted that to a system that more than any one of these players, you have a Sole McCallum, Daniel Green, Devontae Campbell, Kimone Bailey, Demara Phillips, Romara Guthrie. Any one of these players can hurt you at any given moment of the game. So
True.
That is what we are working on. Still a lot of work in progress.
True.
However, we don't want to come and play predictable type of football. We whatever route we have to take to get to the W, that is what we are engaged in.
And that is what you want, the W.
Yes, sir.
Coach Whitmore, he talked about one of his players got in the red card. He's going. I think he's going to be missed in that back line. Very aggressive at times, but win the balls fairly most of the times. Mad Dog, they call him. How is that miss going to be like, though?
Well, we injuries and cards are a part of it, so we would have to prepare for these eventually. So, though he'll be missed, we'll have adequate replacement because at this point, it's next man up. We have that approach for our next man up mentality at Mount Pleasant. Listen, we are trying to change the way our football is played in Mount Pleasant and Jamaica by we try to work football on a principled approach rather than the personality, the defender.
True.
It will take a little bit more time to shift, but it's okay. We are okay. We have been last week there was Ladiel Richie, this week it was Sophie, and next week it might be Cummins or Duxley or Gawain Astin. We are Kimani Campbell. So listen, we are at the point that we are now in no mood for rescues. They are all here to work. We understand that the system is bigger than any one player.
True.
So the situation was unfortunate, and
unfortunate.
It was just so unfortunate, but however, the game continues, and we have to stay focused and getting the double across the line, and we'll deal with that situation after the fact.
True. Coming to this game though, like this Waterhouse game though, like Waterhouse is based on history, a good team and so on. Really on form with their talisman up front, Javian Bryan. Second leg, scoring 2 goals against them, 2-1. You must feeling good based on the victory. What you guys did though?
If you were watching the run of the play, we were just about as we were trying to change gears to move in for the kill. That unfortunate incident occurred, and we had to adjust and
go defensive
and adjust our style of play. Be a little bit more conservative, and be smart, knowing that we have 2 goals in the bag already. So just do game management and try to get across the line, and get across the line we did. However, we actually, our game plan was to give the fans of Jamaica and the Caribbean a treat yesterday. Just as we were about to change gear to show them what Mount Pleasant is really made of.
True.
This unfortunate situation occurred. However, we are not making any excuse. We are just privileged to be in another final, and it's by no means a guarantee. It's a privilege, and we embrace that.
Yes, I also think that. To me, I think Waterhouse made some tactical blunders with players not starting the right players in the back, in my opinion.
I can't speak for Waterhouse.
I know.
We could argue that we made some tactical blunders last week as well. So this is why we play the game. We have to just find a way to win.
That's true. But I just believe, based on watching the first goal, like big error by that defender there, White. Second goal again, big error by the defender. What errors?
Hey, listen. You know that when Mr. Campbell is on, there's no one defender in Jamaica that can stop it. You all know that. So
I beg to differ. I beg to differ.
That defender to isolate him and say that you would have needed 2 or 3 defenders to stop him.
I beg to differ.
I beg to play yesterday and play today.
I beg to differ. There's a particular defender that if he's up against, I think the defender will come out on top. But let's see what
What club you represent?
Don't worry, man. You'll see me in the final. Don't worry. Don't worry. You'll see me in the final. But that is going to be a good matchup.
You're speaking of Mr. Irvin?
No, man. I'm feeling about the king, man. The king of the all king.
Mr. King don't play outside. Mr. King play inside.
No, but sometime he will be out there, man. He's gonna go. If
That's right. So you are saying that your team is prepared to interrupt your shape just to stop Mr.
I'm telling you, that's what
Mr. Campbell.
That's
what you're saying to me.
No, I'm not.
That's what I'm hearing.
No, I'm not saying all the time. I'm saying if he's getting better off the winger, I think based on how King play, we'll go over there to try and stop him.
But you know that he'll play though.
He's gonna play.
How do you know that?
Huh?
So do you know that this game is not better built for Kylie Avery? Daniel being outside.
Kylie Avery. Let's see. You know, a lot of cards can be played. Mount Pleasant have the ammunition. Let's see.
I would give you a air quote 1 and 5. Don't try to interrupt the shape.
Boss Thomas. Ask Mr. Christie if he will be encouraging his Mount Pleasant fans base to come out and support the Reggae Boys June 6. Big up yourself, Boss Thomas.
We're going to June 6. We're going to June 6 and we have a May 19 assignment.
We're going to talk about Jamaica match, right? You've gone far, not true?
Yeah, man. Listen, I'm a black, green, and gold, true and true. I am for Jamaica. I'm one of the few people as a fan who would have gone to the training session, just sat and watch. Funny enough, Jamaica is one of the few places in the world when I see a national camp assembled. You can count on your one or two of your and the amount of fans and journalists who are there, and people know. They know where the session will be held and even the time some of the time, and I don't see that. But I can tell you for a fact that I am there. I sit and I watch because I always want to learn.
True.
Yeah?
True.
So I'll be at the session and I'll also be at the game.
Yeah, man. Nancy never did that one.
Yes, sir.
The Showdown said they should try to promote the Jamaica national team match all the major JPL games.
Yeah, that will be done on Sunday.
Right. But
that will be done on Sunday in the Super Final.
But
all right, you can speak to me. You know what? At the risk of sounding arrogant. June 11, 2023. I was in the parking lot. I spoke to one Mr. Speed and I told him that there's going to be a repeat next year. Believe me.
Yes, Mr. Speed can attest to that. Yes, Mr. Speed can attest to that.
He can attest to that. You can bring him on the show and ask him if I did not say that to you. June 11, 2023 in the parking lot.
Okay.
Yeah. We had a discussion after the game. And he congratulated my team. And I said, don't worry, I'll meet you. There's going to be a repeat next year. And
but still, like Paul Christie, you have done a wonderful job, since you have been there. I'm telling you, like, I don't know, the work that you have put in, it really shows that you're the man of you're one of the best, I would say, sports manager in Jamaica football right now. Like, you understand what to put in place so that coaches can function properly. Like, everybody down to the groundsman can function properly. You have done a wonderful job with Mount Pleasant, just changing a lot of things and just setting the ball game straight. Like, everybody have a chip in and do what they're supposed to do so you can get the end result. And you have done a wonderful job at Mount Pleasant. I have to, give you that accolade.
Well, and I say, I feel privileged and I think that we are lucky. Yeah. Well, then again, people tell you that you create your own luck. Yeah.
You have done it before at
Yeah.
Don Bowling too as well.
Yeah, the truth be told, though, and you would have known this. While they sleep, while they work from 9 to 5, we sleep from 5 to 9. And at this point, until May 20th, we won't be sleeping. Yeah, because we don't take it for granted. We consider it a privilege, and these moments are never guaranteed.
True.
So you don't ever take them for granted. So
You're
the work continues.
you're after the Caribbean Club Championships. What was that feeling like?
That's another thing that we talk about in July when we get into August.
So that's
Right as it is, nothing else matter. Operation May 90.
that's the next objective that you have accomplished.
We would have we have our checklist, you know, and we still realize that some things some marks are still yet to be ticked, and we are still staying focused on getting them done. So, as I said before, we feel privileged. The God have blessed us, and we continue to give thanks, be in a privileged position to impact football in a positive way and lives in general. Because outside of football, we try to impact lives and livelihood in a positive way. And that give us we get to sleep at night knowing that we would have done our best and we can live with the result.
True. So, you know, the Caribbean Cup is after the finals. You start to think about the Caribbean Cup, but the finals is your main focus right now. To play against Cavaliers and get into that W. And get into that W. Get into that W column, right?
Yes.
Okay. And everybody at the camp is okay and they're ready. Everything good.
Well, one thing about football, you never ever have 100%. Even at pre-season, they realize that some players are peaking early. Some players. It's a delicate balance. We know that we have enough to get across the line. That is what is most important. As to the details as where the injuries are concerned, and so you can. Arnett had injuries. Waterhouse had injuries. Cavalier had injuries as well. So guess what? It's not a unique position that we are in. So we are prepared to go out there, give our best, and live with the result in spite of injuries and cards and unavailability of players and all of that, because we tried not to set our program based on players. We set on a principle. So it's a next one up, and we go out there, give it the best shot, and live with the result. So we have enough. We have enough at this point.
All right. Finally, we have to say to the fans that will come out and finally we have to say to the fans that will come out and, you know, spend their money, drive, come somebody in a park, and them get a treat. You guys won. We have to say to them about that and also about the finals as well.
One thing I can tell, and I've been saying it, and it has manifested itself. We have been taking care of Sentan. I can tell you this. We can put their pipers more.
Can talk about a little louder?
I'm saying we have been taking care of Sentan.
Right.
So you can put it in your pipe and smoke it. Sentan will be taking care of us. They'll be coming. Sentan will be coming to Kingston. That is a fact. And it will stop the people, the passionate fans of Sentan to come and see Mount Pleasant trying to change the dynamic of local football. They want to be a part of history. They have been a part of the journey. They won't stop them. They'll be coming. I can tell you that.
Okay, Sir Paul. You know, thanks for.
You see, the thing about Sentan people, that people that you have to G them up and motivate them to come. They're a part of our progress. You know. They have been a part of our journey. You know. It's not a case that if you should go to a practice session at our training pitch, you will see what that the fans are a part of our journey. It's not like it's a wagon that they are jumping on. They have been a part of our journey and they'll continue. Sentan will be coming. I can tell you that much.
All right, Sir
And
Paul.
not only Sentan, we have stretched our fan base to St. Mary, Trelawney, St. James, Anova, Westmoreland, and we are actively engaging the fan base of St. Thomas, and it's growing, and it will continue to grow. And we have some fans in Kingston as well, and Portmore, that I can tell you.
I will love that. We love that. We love that. You know, the more fans you have is the better for the club, especially with expenses.
Yes.
Yes. Sir Paul, thanks for coming on to the channel. You always, you know, we can just call and we can have a chat and, you know, all the time. And it's good for football in Jamaica. I wish all other other persons were like you who could get these things out. And it will, you know, I think it would market the league more when we can have these things and people can come on and say, hey, Sir Paul, I lie, unseen. Oh, unseen have him on the you understand me? It brings us a different thing.
You know that there are fanatics though. Not everyone is like us. I can tell you this. When football was in Kingston and all the teams were playing their home game, I go to a 3 o'clock game, then I go to a 5 o'clock game, and then at 8 o'clock I had to walk by Abbeville to watch a 8 o'clock game. That's how it is. We live, breathe. This is not something that we are pretending to do. You know? This is our passion. This is what we want to do. This is the happiest time of our life when we are in football. That's just a harsh fact.
Yes. Respect again. And, you know, we're going to talk after the final. You understand me? No, hold on. We're going to talk before the final. We're going to have a pre-game show before the final. So, you know, write down where you come talk about. Yeah, because Unseen Sports are going to challenge you. You understand?
The thing about it, that's the thing about it, you know. We don't do script. We say it as it is.
Yeah, so we'll build past spot and come up with the right thing.
You can wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning. Well, I won't be sleeping at 2 o'clock. You can wake up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and you'll get my same answer because this is what we live, breathe, everything.
Yeah,
we don't do script.
All right, so big up yourself and big up the people and more players and the coaches and football. I tell them it's Unseen Sports. Say, yo, good luck in the final. You understand?
Respect every time, man.
Yeah, man. Out.
Oh.
People, there you have it from Paul Christie, you know, giving his insight on the game and his team objective, you know. Big up yourself, my boss. You know, I think already there do the work, you know. Leak him all. Big up. So, you know, Mount Pleasant is through to the final, people. You know, defeating Walthouse by 2-1 in the second leg. Drawing the first leg 1-1 and now into the final. It's, you know, I would say that Mount Pleasant, you know, did what they're supposed to do, and they are in the finals to face Cavaliers. I'm going to call analyst and a next guru, you know, who could come and, you know, give us some insight on the Cavaliers team. Give me a second. Let me try to get him onto the platform. People, we're trying to get this thing as professional as possible. So I'm going to call no other than Paul Maxwell. Yeah, the leader. He's going to come on and he's going to talk about his team, Cavaliers FC. Sir Paul,
Hello.
Welcome to Cavaliers Football Channel. You're live.
I'm hearing you.
Oh, you're hearing me? Okay. All right. So we just had Paul Maxwell on the show. He talked about the Mount Pleasant team, and you know, he said that one thing he's sure about that in the final that he will come out in the W column. What's your take on that?
No, I didn't hear that. What's my take on what about the final?
I'm saying I had Paul Maxwell earlier on the platform, right? So he's saying that in the final, he's sure that he will come. He will be in the W column in the final.
The W column.
Yes, the W column.
The W column. What that means? Worst off?
I don't know. He said W, so I was working with W. Maybe win.
Well, okay. Let me just break it down. You know, this was something that anybody could have predicted would have been on the books, based off of the two teams finishing 1-2 right,
Right.
during the season. And if one looks at both teams at this end part of the season and compare them to last season, I think there are major differences now in how Cavalier is compared to how Mount Pleasant is. So what I will say is that Cavalier has made some very telling additions to the team from last year, and they have also have a number of their young brigade maturing and really looking like they are ready for this next step.
Right.
So expect a lot. We expect a lot. It's going to be very competitive, but there's an X factor that I do want to talk about. A big X factor that after the finals, we will talk about that X factor.
All right, I like
Very
that.
big X factor.
All right, so
let that one go.
So let we look back at the game of versus Arnett. I strongly believe that Arnett issue is not just Arnett issue is a 3-year issue, in my opinion. And I can say this because I've went to Arnett trials and so on. I've seen a lot of defenders go there for trials, and they haven't selected any proper defender, in my opinion. You understand me? They always have issue with centre back. Earl Simpson, got injured. He's supposed to do a surgery. Not in the squad. The best centre back I think in the league, got sold overseas. So I'm saying like, a team like that, which is one of the best teams in Jamaica, like Arnett Garden, not focusing on getting proper defenders or, getting defenders up to par. I think pushing the what's his name again? Who played centre back last night? He's at mid, and he's playing centre back now. I think he's missing in that defensive midfield role, and he should.
Okay. I agree with everything you're saying there, but traditionally,
You're going low, Sir
I've
Paul.
never really been known for having any great defense.
You're going low.
Defense. Hello?
You're going low.
Oh, yeah. Are you hearing me better now?
Yeah.
Okay, I said traditionally, Arnett is not known for their defensive part of the game. It has always been their attack. That is what everybody and their player. That's what a lot of people have. Even when they have won, it has always been the attack. The attack has always been their forefront, their main thing that they go with. So I suppose even with recruiting and bringing in, it has always been the main thing has always been the attacking players, the players, So you got to get that at Arnett. But they never normally bring in very good defenders. If you think about it, there aren't many top defenders that have come to Arnett.
True.
But they have always managed to basically
outscore teams.
Look up, evening it up with their defense. With their attack.
Okay. So, Cavaliers on next and though, like the first penalty though that caused that those amount of battle to fly on the pitch. Was it a penalty in your opinion?
the TV replay is there. The replay is there. Everybody sees it. It's quite obvious, and the rule is there.
I think I think though in a first round leg though, a referee would not give that penalty.
Look at it this way. let's say that the referee balanced it out, but one was a definite penalty, and one was extremely questionable, right? But it is what it is. The referee has the final say, right? But the replays are there. And I think have shown which one was a definite penalty, which one was definitely inside the box, and which one was outside the box.
I think both is penalty, both, because you can't, you're moving towards the player while the ball comes. You aren't there before posting up close. You move towards the player, and then the player, maybe did a little bit to sell it, but you move towards the player, contact the player went forward with the pressure, maybe sell it a little bit. So it is it might be a little bit soft, But if you know we had VAR, I think VAR would have given it the same way because of the fact that he moved from an era to the player. You understand?
Yeah, I do. That's what I'm saying. Let me tell you, to be honest, the referee, the only thing that marred the game would have been the display by the spectators, but the game overall. And I'm glad I liked when even when the the little disturbance was happening. Yeah, the Arnett players coming over to try to quiet the crowd and so on. So it is what it is.
And the police did a wonderful job though as well. Big up the police force.
No matter what, both games that happened yesterday, the two better teams won. We have to be realistic. They did. The two better teams did win, and both of them could have won by a larger margin.
What do you think about the 17-year-old? Is he 18 as yet?
No, he's 17. Still 17. He actually has two more. He can actually play football for two more seasons. Technically, yes, he can. Two more seasons.
Wow. He's a super talent.
Well, I mentioned to someone today that when I was looking at the game, I said, if I didn't know this guy, you would know that this kid here you would know that this guy is 17 years old. But physically, he's imposing. You understand? He does the things right. And you can see that. I remember last season, I heard some other YouTubers mentioning that there are some players that should not be coming back to play school football. And I at the time, I would have said no. Some of them are still quite young. He was one of them that they had mentioned at the time. And I would have said that no, give him at least one more year. But this season, where Adrian Reed Jr. is at, he doesn't need to play with Davis anymore.
No, I need
to. And not a level right now. And he had started off the Caribbean competition last season. A lot of people don't even remember that. That he started that competition off last season.
That's what I think he's supposed to focus on this season and leave the schoolboy football alone. That's what I think he should focus on this season. Leave the schoolboy football alone and focus on the Caribbean Club Championship. Focus on his career outside of schoolboy football now.
And look here, a lot of people don't understand that when some people say don't do schoolboy football, it doesn't mean they're telling you to start school enough. You can still be going to school, but you just don't play that league. That's all.
Simple.
It doesn't stop you from playing. You can still go to school and you can still do your work, do your subject, but you just won't play that league.
Yeah, because I think he above the league, in my opinion. Above the league, needs to work on, pro type of training now. Try to get the pro type of training. Get some, training outside of Jamaica as well. And try to, make it overseas. That's the aim for him right now, I think, in my opinion.
The good thing for him is that it's in the family, and he has that support from his parents, grandparents, everyone. They have been through this before with his when his father played, and he is even ahead of his father at this stage. Way ahead of his father, because when a lot of people don't realize, that this youngster has represented Jamaica at under 15, under 17, under 20, plus under 21 / under 23, right? Already, and he's not yet 18 years old. That is not a normal thing.
True.
Yeah, a lot of people have to understand that. He has done all of these things before his 18th birthday. That is a serious, and you see him getting even better. He's in the highest final that he could actually get to in his life right now, locally. So expect a lot from him.
I haven't seen Barrett though. Is Barrett okay?
Barrett is injured. Hopefully we see him. We're not sure we're going to see him for the final. Hopefully he'll be okay for the finals. But what I can tell you is that the bench, compared to last year, a completely different thing. And on any given day, they have they can literally put 6 names into a hat and come out with three attackers that would tear apart almost any defense out there.
Yes, I believe
Yeah.
so. I believe Cavaliers is gonna win this championship this year. I believe that they look more hungry for the title this season. I think based on how I see they play, the defense unit, with King Marshall in the back line with Ming, I think though in the attacking third, they need to be more relaxed. Though the I saw opportunity that they got, with Irvin. Irvin shall just pass the ball out to Atkinson and just make him starting at the goal. I think those opportunities will present themselves in the final, and it's just the nerves. Those opportunities will cost you if you don't take them.
Well, look here. The good thing, a lot of people look at it this way. Both teams have been to finals recently, right? Both teams, they have veterans from finals. They know what it takes to win. So it's going to be the hungrier players who take this one home. But for me, last year I told people that I felt satisfied knowing that such a young team was able to make the final. But this year, I am marking them harder because if you were to compare both teams, I think the only place where both teams I think match up is going to be attacking wise, but defensively, seeing that Dyer coming out, Ladale Richie is not at his finest, Toki has an injury. That might be where the difference is going to be.
Yeah, I
And
think
the Mount Pleasant defense is almost non-existent.
I think
Going up those
I,
Cavalier attackers.
I think the matchup is going to be the talking point. The matchup between Atkinson versus who is going to play on that wide area, and who is going to try to stop um, the Antiguan striker there, who is going to try to stop Christopher Yinzert. It's gonna be a difficult one. What Cavaliers don't want though is that that free kick element from Mount Pleasant, where you are dangerous with Tula McCullough in that free kick here. You want to be marking, and try not to give away free kicks in those close to the box, because it can be dangerous for them.
Yeah,
Because
Mr. Reliable, Tule McCullough.
yeah, man,
Come on.
you have to remember
I
that.
have a lot of respect for that guy.
Yeah, man. Serious talent, man. Serious talent. Jump
How
up.
many points have you done already for the season, by the way?
I'm not sure.
Points, but
I'm not sure. He must score more than 5
that's one
goals.
of the top goal scorers, A lot of people don't even realize it and looking at where he plays.
Yes.
So let me tell you, he has to be at his very best, in what he does defensively and trying to get that goal for Mount Pleasant to take away some silverware this year, right? This year compared to last year, you saw both teams having premier unformed strikers. We don't have that this year. So it's spread out a bit between both teams. So it's basically who blinks first, It's basically that. Right?
All I want Speed to do in his session, based on evaluation, is to work on patience in the attacking third. Not every time you have to move fast with the ball when you're in the attacking third. I think if Cavaliers get that into their gameplay, they'll be very lethal in the attacking third. Patience in the attacking third. They try to ace everything, and sometimes it end up don't work out. They miss an opportunity to score. I also think that Arnett Gardens blunder, the coach blunder tactically, even with the bad, not having a good defensive unit or whatever. They blundered with players, personnels on the pitch. Like, oh boy, I just don't understand. Like, why
Okay.
Parker Blacks did not start?
Look at one thing, not having captain start the match, right? That is a big minus right away for Arnett, because what Fabian Reed carries to the team is serious. It's not anything ordinary that one can underestimate.
But we have to give and take still, like we don't know really I'm team still now.
Suppose him
have a injury though, like a knock. Suppose him have an injury or knock.
What's that?
Suppose him have an injury or knock. Have a give and take still.
Everybody knows that he was 100%. So I think the idea was that either it was a good plan because if the thing went to they didn't want to start him and then probably have to take him off, right? So
yes.
it made difference to hold him and save just in case matches with extra time. But it's just one of those things. They could have done differently in having young people appeared with him. But I don't think it's what it is.
Chase Smith should have started though. Chase Smith should have started. There's no way I can. I haven't seen Kimani Harburn do anything in the playoff. Not one thing in the playoff. And you're starting Kimani Harburn over Shea Smith, who is getting sharp in the playoff. One of the guile player in the team, and you don't start him.
Well, look here. After the event, you can always say this thing, you know. So I won't kill any coach because there is certain things in training that we don't see.
No, but if you look, all right, and based on my training, based on my research and training from, even learning from the coaching course, when you do your evaluation, what are the things that I've done, happening well? So you put a tick in the box, right? What is not doing well? What is not happening well? You put a tick. So you're going to work on these things that is not happening well. Who is the player? Who, when, why? The W's, right? You used to find out the issues and so on. So you can prepare your session based on that to try and fix going forward. So when you look at Cavaliers, you look at Arnett games coming up, Shea Smith stepping up in the playoffs. So that is a plus. And I think based on that, he should have given Shea Smith a start in the semifinal based on that, Paul Maxwell. And that's basically coaching and evaluating.
Well, yes. When you look at it that way, you can say, yes, he might have blundered. But as I said, I always give coaches benefit of the doubt because it's not just what we said the match, There's training, so we don't know. Because I knew already, that from I saw Reed had to come off in the first leg. I knew already that he was going to start. So we don't know what was happening in training. You understand?
And I don't know, like these teams in Jamaica, they can't manage Cavaliers counter-attack. Cavaliers counter-attack, dangerous. Even Cincinnati with their Jamaica, they have an issue with it. Yeah, even though Cavaliers get beaten, then we still have an issue with the counter-attack. Like Cavaliers counter-attack the normal.
Well, next week we'll see what happens. But for me, I said the last year, probably around the same time, that for me they have already achieved in that they basically with such a young team, just reaching there and able to, and they competed this year. I expect a lot. Mount Pleasant has the Trinidadian that are there that can probably come on and make a difference. But I think the defense line of Cavaliers, one of the meanest in the league, they're going to come up strong.
The midfield, though, is going to be a great midfield battle.
Well, Young says there. Let's see how he does.
And the match will be playing at where the match will play? Savannah Park?
Is that for some reason, about 2 years ago, or a year ago, when Cavaliers played Mount Pleasant in their backyard, there was a young midfielder that played in a similar role that they couldn't deal with. And the youngster came right from down there So I don't know. Let's see what happens.
So where the final playing? Sabina Park or National Stadium?
National Stadium.
Wow. Big matchup.
Yeah.
Big matchup. Big matchup.
And we'll get a look at how the stadium turf looks for the upcoming Jamaica match, which is the next big thing coming up.
So you think about Cavaliers fans though, like we've seen some more fans coming out. Like, back in the days, you don't see anybody. There's 2 or 3 man in white shirt. Now you're seeing more than you
No,
know.
man. Jamaica is a finance culture, you know. So that's why we'll be seeing them out, man. We'll be seeing them.
So you're gonna have a section that is Cavaliers.
For sure.
All right. So Paul Maxwell, thanks. I know you say the same thing as Paul Maxwell, Paul Christie, sorry, that you want to be in the double column, not the worst one, but the WIN one, right?
Well, that's what we're looking for.
Yes, man. Yes, all the fans. Nathaniel Byfield.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll talk.
Yeah, man.
You know.
Respect my boss. Always can come on to the platform. Respect goes out to you, sir leader. They call it the leaker, and them also call it the Maxwell. Always well. All right. Outside. So people, they have it from Paul Maxwell, give us the insight on the game. One of the biggest scouts in Jamaica in terms of scouting talents for the national team, and also the newly constructed FIFA Academy in Jamaica. People, like, subscribe, and share to the platform as always. Unseen Sports not feeling so well, so we're not going to go as long as we want to. But pick up on yourself, people. Nathaniel Byfield, leak him all persons who come on to the Cavaliers FC channel. Please to like, subscribe, and share. Share to their friends and family. Let them know that Cavaliers FC channel is here, and we are trying to make a difference in football. All right. So remember to share it up with as much people as possible so that we can get the family bigger and larger for more football to come. Cavaliers have qualified for the CONCACAF Club Championship once again. Can they make it to the final of that competition? But before we go there, they have a big match coming up next week Sunday against Mount Pleasant. It's going to be a mouth-watering game against the champions. Cavaliers is the beaten finalists last year. They want to improve on that, and they want to beat the Mount Pleasant team. Fun fact: do you know that Atkinson and King did not play in that final last year? Yes, they were out of the team. They're in Greece, Iceland, right? And they're back now. And they are playing. They're in good condition. I can see they're moving the ball well in the previous games. So I think Cavaliers have a big edge going into this final with King, Atkinson, and Chris Ainsworth and Irving and all those players in. I don't think they miss the firepower up top. So people, like, subscribe, and share. And remember that Cavaliers head-to-head is the better team based on history, but in the most important game, Mount Pleasant defeated them. So they're trying to build that psyche, change that psyche going into the final. I think they have a mental edge over Cavaliers based on winning in the most important game, which is the final. Now, Cavaliers have to change that and continue beating that hammer, showing them that, hey, we are the youngest squad in Jamaica and we are the best team in Jamaica, and we are going to beat you next week, Sunday. People, we're going to have a pre-game show, all right? So we want to do like, subscribe, share the notification bell so you can get the message when we are live on the platform, all right? It's easy as that. Unseen Sports, Cavaliers FC, like, subscribe, and share. I'm going to be out. Pick up on yourself again. Outside. Boom.